Is this what marriage is?
This is Reverend Duke and...
Oh yeah, I'm Jessica. Hi.
One of the things that we went through in our marriage is we didn't know a lot of things that if we had known, would have really helped us in navigating our marriage. And we want to share some of those things with you if you are planning to get married or you are already married, but having some challenges navigating your marriage. So you don't make the mistakes that we made if you're married, so you can navigate some of the misinterpretations or misunderstandings that may lead to a rift in your marriage. So stay with us. Sometimes we're going to be looking down. I have some notes on the tablet here.
Sometimes you have this idea in your head of what something's going to be. And until you get into it, you may not know really what it's all about.
Right. And
for us, both of us as individuals and as a couple, there were some surprises along the way.
Absolutely. Now, so we are a Nigerian-American couple. So we're going to be telling you some of the things that we experiences in our marriage that we hope are helpful to you.
So some of the things that we wanted to talk about today. Where are we going first?
So we're going to be looking at the first thing we have here is you have to learn how to tolerate nonsense.
Huh?
You heard that. You have to learn how to tolerate nonsense.
Tolerating nonsense?
Yes.
Usually when you hear those two words next to each other, you hear someone say, I don't tolerate nonsense.
Now, I grew up hearing some people who say, I don't tolerate nonsense. As a single person, as a single man, you could describe me as someone who doesn't tolerate nonsense.
Like a no-nonsense person.
A no-nonsense person. I don't give in. I don't really tolerate when people, some things, I just wanted some things to be certain ways.
There's some things you just don't tolerate.
Like you should stand your ground.
Right. Like you don't allow someone, I have my boundaries.
So when you get married, or if you're planning to get married, you have to know that you have to learn how to tolerate nonsense. We'll be looking at the one point here is forbearance. So
whenever I hear that word, all I think is the Mary Poppins song.
Forbearance is the hallmark of your creed.
Which is like and she's just like definitely a no-nonsense person.
Right.
And so what in the world does that actually mean?
Well, it's not what a lot of people think about it. It's a very difficult thing to forbear. It's two words there. Forbearance is to forbear, and what it essentially means is to bear even before it happens.
Like to have made up your mind or something?
To be ready to let go of what has not yet happened, of what your partner has not yet done.
But aren't there some things that you just can't bear?
Literally, no, there should be nothing that you just can't bear. That's where love comes in. Love covereth all things. Love bears all things, the Bible says.
Wait.
It forgives all things.
Surely that's not what it means here. Like, love bears all things.
Love bears all things. So forbearance is you are ready to forgive, willing to forgive your partner, even when they have not yet done that thing that will annoy you, or that is unforgivable, that will infuriate you. You forgive them before they do it.
Now, I know in some cases there are extremes. And that's not really exactly what we're talking about here. We're talking about those things that maybe, we've watched, other people's stories. We've talked with people. We've counseled with people. And
we're talking about simple things.
They can be really simple things.
Yes, simple,
that you're just like, no,
things.
that's a non-negotiable for me. Like, maybe having pets in the home or not having pets in the home.
Absolutely.
Or eating a certain
Those are not simple things, but things
they
that
can
we
feel
consider non-negotiable.
they can feel like they're really like if you don't agree with me on these terms, then
Right.
it could be a deal breaker.
Correct. Some of the things that you will regard as deal breakers, as a deal breaker for you, you have to forbear. Yes, you have to forbear. Like you rightly said, so say, okay, even something as some people have some little rituals in the morning, and maybe but then when you get married, you have to let go of those rituals.
Not all.
Not all, but for the good of your partner, you can hold on to them.
It's like I can be free and you can be free, but my freedom shouldn't impinge on your freedom.
Right.
Or if we have a shared goal, maybe we have to get out of the house at a certain time. We have
Right.
plans.
Right.
Like for us, I would
Right.
say the way that we've seen it work out. So I think if I was able to give a pretty specific example, I would say if you know that you're on a timeline, you have something planned, and maybe I haven't had my coffee yet, or you haven't finished your morning routine. What should we do if we're clashing up into each other? How do we forbear? How do we get through that potential conflict without it derailing our day and messing up, our plans?
Right. Correct. Like, for example, this morning, she had told me yesterday, my wife had told me yesterday that she was going to go for a walk this morning.
That's right.
And I didn't say anything because I wasn't prepared to go for a walk in the morning today. I prefer my walks during the day or in the evening.
And we usually go together for just to spend time together, but
Just
then
to spend
also,
it together.
Safety and,
Right.
it's
Right.
Yeah.
So, but when we woke up this morning and she was getting ready to go for her walk, even though I didn't I wasn't really up for it, I got ready and I went for a walk with her. And we had a good time, even though that's not the time I like to go for walks.
One of the benefits that I've learned from this particular point is there's some kind of relief of anxiety
Right.
and pressure on yourself when you can practice forbearance, practice tolerating nonsense. So it's like I actually found that it was to my benefit to make changes.
If you are someone who is of the opinion that you cannot tolerate nonsense, I just put that behind when you get married. You really have to learn how to share. You really learn how
Wait,
to,
like in kindergarten, learning how to share,
Yes.
like
Yes, you have to know that it is a marriage, as the word is, marriage, together, putting two things together. Feeding,
like intertwining. Like,
feeding two things together.
it means some of what one was is diminished sometimes.
Absolutely.
And
This is the
other one
reality. It's the reality of marriage that I didn't see in any book.
So
Yeah.
I think this concept of marriage was very intangible for me.
Yes.
Until living it. And
It also has to do with family orientation, the family you came up with, and also in the whole realm of our intercultural background. So when you get married, everything about individualism, that individualistic spirit has to die. It has to be group. It has to be together.
where death typically looks like a deprivation. It'd be like, oh, I'm giving up so much. Whereas when we were first married, I used to think that giving up was going to be really a detriment to me, not knowing that what would rise from that would be more beautiful.
Very good point.
From my looking like, oh my gosh, I have to give up my goals, my ambitions. But giving that up wound up being something more beautiful because what we created together is more,
It's better.
It's better.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, that takes us to the next point here on
Okay.
tolerating nonsense. Not every hill is worth dying on. Not every hill is worth dying on. Be patient and allow your partner to grow and make the changes they need to make. So not every hill. So you don't have to win every battle. Sometimes my wife and I, my point. Sometimes my point may be valid that I'm trying to make, and she just comes with a point that she's holding on to and not wanting to shift her ground. And regardless of how valid I thought my point was, I just said okay. And I go to her side.
More like for peace sake.
For peace sake.
Like so that the we can move to the next step. Otherwise, we'll just be stuck on that issue.
And vice versa. Sometimes she has a valid point, and she's trying to make me understand the point, and I come with a counterpoint, and just for peace sake, she gives up her point, and she comes to my way of reasoning, and I think we're not talking about humility here, but this is where humility comes in. Sometimes, more often than not, when we are done, I can in a case where she came with her point, or I just I overrode her point, and she completely dumps her point and came to my own way of reasoning. I cannot, more often than not, I cannot like, oh, well, you made a nice point too. And let's take a look at your point. And it can be so beautiful. The conversation can end up very beautiful. It's a very good way to end a conversation beautifully, looking at these other person's side of things, and then looking at it from the other person's side of things. And sometimes you find out that no point is actually wrong or right. Both are wrong and right.
Right. Many times you could go either way.
Yes.
And still get to a really nice resolution.
Absolutely.
That need to be heard and respected. Sometimes that's actually louder than what is required to really get to the goal in a situation. So sometimes you just kind of put that on the back shelf. You just kind of put it to one side. It's not that you're not important.
Right.
And they can really interpret those times of not getting their way, essentially, or not sharing as a knock on their self-worth.
Right. And those the danger with doing that is those misinterpretation can lead to anger and miscommunication, and then breakdown.
To see that, oh, that's not actually, it wasn't like that. But when you're in the moment.
In the heat of the moment.
That's why this point has really been valuable for us, is in the heat of the moment, just remember that, okay, no, there's some things that it's okay to tolerate. It's okay to put it aside. It's okay to forbear.
Yeah, I think we're going to stop here for the day. We have a lot to talk about marriage. So we have a lot that is going to be beneficial for you. So if you plan on getting married, so you don't make the mistakes that we made if you're married, so you can navigate some of the misinterpretations or misunderstandings that may lead to a rift in your marriage. So stay with us. In our next video, we will look forward to you picking these points, vital points. In our next video, we have more to talk about. Don't miss it. Subscribe, like, and share.
And watch out for our next video.